Hey everyone, welcome to Civil Litigation. I am going to do a quick Blackboard tutorial for you so that you know what our course is all about, how to navigate it, and how to submit assignments, okay? So this is our homepage. This is what you'll see when you log in. I have my student mode on, so this looks exactly like your Blackboard shell will look. Right here, my announcements. I'm going to post announcements to that throughout the term. You'll get an email when with the announcement when I post one to your Kaiser email. So just make sure you're constantly checking it through the term. But that's a good way where I'll communicate with you through that. Um, Moving forward right here on the left, this menu is going to be basically how you navigate Blackboard, okay? If you log in though and you don't see it, don't panic. It just means your menu's collapsed. So it would look like this. All you got to do is just hover here, click on that little gray arrow, and the menu will pop right out, okay? Meet your instructor. Obviously, this is me. Here's all my information, my contact information. Please reach out to me. I'm always here for you. I want you to have a good learning experience. Easiest way is to just text me, and then we can probably set up, a time to talk on the phone or whatever. But I'm totally accessible in that respect. Okay, so please reach out to me. Those of you who've learned or been in my class previously, you know that I'm always happy to respond. Don't ever hesitate, okay? It's never a problem. Please reach out. I don't want you sitting there worried or stressed. Sometimes it's an easy answer to solve the problem, okay? So moving right along, obviously, if you click on homepage, it'll bring you right back. Syllabus. This is everything that you need to know for the course, okay? Please review it, scroll through it, know what's in it. And a lot of this is also going to be in various other locations in Blackboard. So this stuff is always very accessible to you, okay? Student resources. This link, again, has a lot of the same information that was just in the syllabus, so take a look at it. But I do attach files here that you should review through the term. Kaiser's academic integrity policy, Florida's rules of civil procedure. We're going to be learning about the federal rules throughout the term, but we're also going to learn about the Florida rules. So this is a good reference in PDF to have. Plus, download it, keep it. It's a good thing to have as you practice going forward in your professional lives. An ethics summary, the NALA Code of Ethics. Ethics are going to be really important in referring to various ethical rules, particularly with the discussion board assignments. So make sure that you review those. I'll also put up the Florida Paralegal Code of Ethics, which I just forgot to attach it, but I'll put it up there for you. So just make sure you review that as well. Sample complaint in Florida, you're going to be, one of your drafting assignments will be to draft a complaint. And again, based on a hypothetical fact pattern, I'll teach you how to do it. But that's a good reference for you because the draft complaint you guys will do will be as if it's going to be filed in Florida. So this complaint here will be a good sample for you to effectively go by. And then chapters 1 through 19, these are PowerPoints. These are all the chapters you're going to read this term, and these are PowerPoints that correspond to those chapters with important information that I want you to know, and that I will be going through these PowerPoints in class and giving examples and explanations of the material. So, but these are good references and study guides for you, so definitely refer to those throughout the term, okay? Moving right along, program resources. Again, pretty straightforward, similar information to what's in the syllabus. You can, if you have any issues with your password resets or you need tech support, here's the information regarding it, okay? Discussion. This is gonna be important through the course. So please, before the course starts, post an introduction. I know some of you, I don't know all of you, and you guys might not know each other. So please post an introduction, let me know a little bit about yourself, and how you would do that is you just click on introductions, you would just click on create thread, and you would just, type in a subject, you can write hi, and then you would just fill out in here in this text box a little bit about yourself, and you would just hit submit. Okay, so really straightforward, and that's the same procedure you'd follow for completing assignments. Let me just back out of here for creating assignments for your discussion boards each week. So here's your week 1 discussion board, your week 2 discussion board, and your week 3 discussion board. And you would just, again, simply click on it, hit create thread. You can see the assignments here. and you would just write, week 1 discussion, and you would just, again, submit, scrolling. You would just submit your affirmative answer or answers here in the text box and just hit submit. And part of your assignment will be to not only post your own affirmative post to the discussion board, but also respond to 2 of your classmates. So the way you would do that is, actually, let me go back in here. You would just click on that. And then when there are multiple threads in here, as you guys are posting, you'll see, other students, and you can just click on them and read them and just hit reply. Super easy, okay? If you have any questions, though, by all means, and you would just do that for each week, for each one of these assignments, okay? Moving right along, Kaiser Live, very important. This is where we're going to have our classes. You just click on Kaiser Live. You go in here, you'd click on Civil Litigation Course Room. You would just click right here on Join Course Room, and it'll bring it in. Make sure that you're using Chrome as your browser, and make sure that your browser has access to both your microphone and your camera, okay? So that we can effectively conduct class. If you ever miss a class, hopefully that won't happen, but I understand things are a little crazy right now. If you miss a class, you have to make sure that you watch the recording of that class, okay? And what you would do is you'd go up here on the left, you'd click on menu, you'd click right here on recordings. There are no recordings here right now because we don't have any yet, but normally they'd be here listed by date, okay? So what you would do is just click on the recording, you'd watch it, and the way I'm going to count your attendance, because I don't know if there's no way for me to monitor if you've watched the recording or not through Blackboard. So the way that the university is having us monitor attendance for students who miss class is throughout my course lecture, which will be in the recording, I will give passwords, and you will obviously just keep track of those. And then at the end of you watching the recording, over here in the various weeks, there'll be a quiz that I'll add in, and you'll just scroll through and see it, and I'll walk you through those weeks in a moment. You would just click on the little quiz. You would, and it's not a quiz on the material, it's just a quiz of the passwords, and you would just type those in and hit submit, and I'll get notified of it, and it'll go into the grade book. Again, don't worry, it doesn't count toward your grade, but it's a way that I can determine that you watched the recording, and therefore I can count you present for that class, okay? Just make sure that you complete that and by that I mean watching the recording and filling out the quiz within 24 hours of the missed class, okay? If you don't do it within 24 hours of the missed class, then you're gonna be marked absent for that class. And if you are absent from 3 classes, you're not gonna be allowed to take the final, okay? You'll probably end up failing the class. I don't wanna see that happen. So we're being flexible with attendance, but that's the way that it's gotta be. So if you miss class, you have 24 hours to watch the recording and fill out that attendance quiz, okay? So moving right along here, I'm going to skip email. It's just a way you can send emails through Blackboard. If you click on start here, before you begin the course, either on or before our first day of class, please click on certification, and you would just click begin, and you're just going to basically agree to abide by Kaiser's academic integrity policies, and just make sure that you fill that out before we start the course, okay? I put a little welcome message here for you. Again, a lot of similar information to what's in the syllabus. Just review it so you know what's going on. Also, make sure I'm going to hold Kaiser Live class on Tuesday, our first day of class. I'm gonna have a class both at 9 a.m. and at 6:30 p.m. You can log in at either time, okay? And then I'll take a poll. We'll take the pretest. I'll explain for you how to do that then. And then I'll take a poll of when the majority of the class is the best time to have class. And that'll be our one set class time going forward. And again, you guys now know the procedure for if you miss a class, how to make it up, okay? So yep, you just take a look at all this stuff. I also did an introduction here to civil litigation. So just kind of a background of some basic information, but it might be helpful for you to review before we start the course. So take a look at it. But that's pretty much it for the start here section. So these next 4 tabs, week 1 through week 4, these are super important, okay? So these are all your assignments and how to submit your assignments. So week one summary, week one reading. I have created PDFs of each chapter's reading for you to make your life very easy, as I know these times are turbulent. People might be stressing about textbooks, I should say. It's all here. So don't stress, you just click on it and your PDF reading is right there. Also the corresponding PowerPoints. In the ethics chapter, I've also put links to the ethics PDFs for both NALA and Florida. So take a look at those. So that's chapters 1 through 4 for week 1. Your week 1 discussion board, again, that's the assignment. You just click on it. It'll bring you right to our discussion board page, and bam, you can just click on week 1 discussion board and go through that process I already explained, okay? So that's super easy. Your week 1 course objective exercise, this is your homework for week 1. I know it says this test. Don't stress, it's not a test, it's just a multiple choice and true false assignment. And the only way, though, that Blackboard allows you to create such a question assignment is through quote unquote a test. But don't panic, it's not a test. It's open book. Please review the textbook, look at the PowerPoints. The answers are all there. You can effectively get 100 if you put the effort in. They're just true, false, and multiple choice. And you can save it and come back to it. So once you open it, you can just save it and then come back to it later. And then when you're done with everything, hit submit, and that'll ultimately submit it and it'll give you your grade. It's a really good review of the material. It's a good way to practice, as your midterm and final exams will be similar format, but more questions. So I try to use this as a kind of a study aid for you guys, and a good way to get points and boost your grade and as you're learning. Okay, so that's how you would do that. And then lastly, at the end of week 1, 2, and 3, you guys are going to complete a journal entry. Again, super straightforward, nothing complex. It's not individually graded. It's just part of your class participation. I just want you to answer these 4 questions. And the way you would do it is just click create journal entry. Could write journal entry 1, put your answers here, and then you just click post entry. Okay? Super easy, but it's just a way to kind of monitor how things are going. So moving right along, week 2, same thing. Okay? Don't stress. The only thing I want to point out in week 2 that's slightly different is this is your drafting assignment, okay? The instructions, here's your fact pattern, and again, don't worry, I will help and walk you all through this and teach you how to do it. But for your drafting assignment, you're going to click on it. You can see again that it's all right here. Click on View Rubric. You'll see the parameters for how I'm going to grade it, so you kind of know what to expect and know how it should be, what I'm looking for effectively. And then what you should do is create your complaint, the document, create it in a Word document on your computer, okay? You can edit it, change it, save it as you're going, all that stuff. And then when you're done with it, you save it, okay? And you would just scroll right down here and you'd hit Browse My Computer. You would attach it like you would any other file, like you're attaching a file to an email. You'd select it, you hit open, and then it'll get attached, and then you would just click submit, okay? And that's how you submit the assignment. So it just makes life a lot easier. It's very easy to monitor. So that's how you do it, okay? Any questions on that, you guys just let me know, all right? Just gonna exit out. And then the only other thing I want to tell you for week 2, just to be aware, here's your journal. At the bottom down here, when you guys go to take your midterm, which will be on the Thursday of week 2, you'll find it right here below Civil Lit. When I give you guys access to it, you'll see it right there. It'll say midterm. You just click on it. You'll begin the exam. And you just go through it and hit submit when you're done. And again, I'll give further instruction on that going forward, but that's where you would locate it, okay? Week 3, straightforward, same thing. The only thing I want you to know for week 3 is your drafting assignment will be to draft an answer. Again, I'll teach you how to do it. Here's your rubric for the grading parameters. Don't worry, I'm going to add a lot more to this. I just haven't done it yet. And you is same thing. Draft it in a Word document, and then browse My Computer, attach it as if you would an email. You would just browse My Computer, hit open, and then once it attaches, you just hit submit, and that's how you submit through Blackboard, okay? Week 4, it's just a summary. Tuesday's class, we'll do a final review, and you'll take the final and the post-test on Thursday, and you'll find them once you have access. they'll be located under here. Okay? And then finally, your grade book, you have access. You'll be able to see all of your grades through the term. All right? So that's it, you guys. I look forward to working with you, and I will see you soon. Have a good one.